Bad brain days can be defined as those days which feel overwhelmingly slow, lethargic. It is these bad brain days specifically that I struggle with. I don't know whether to just be slow and lethargic or be the optimum productive self that I aspire to be. But after the debacle that was 2020, I have learned that maybe pushing yourself unnecessarily in the direction in which your body and mind don't want to go is probably not the best idea. Good morning. So now that I'm a little woken up, I watched this video on Emma Chamberlain's channel. She filmed herself trying to get her shit together after a not so great brain day. So I thought that would be a good idea showing you how I take care of myself. Take everything that I do in this video with a pinch of salt because it is what works for me. It doesn't have to work for you. Oftentimes, we're caught up in our own world nowadays. Our own solitude, the four walls of our room, interaction limited to our family. Free time from work or school or college still translates to time alone. Watching Netflix, scrolling on Instagram, watching random things on YouTube, and feeling wave after wave of just pure lethargy take over. I listen to something while I'm doing my yoga. You can't even call this burnout. Burnout from what? Solitude, loneliness. Routines got established with great difficulty last year, only to feel like a burden after a few months. Thoughts roamed free, busy, crowded, but nowhere to go. It took a lot of time and I'm also very sweaty today. It's hot up here. Hot up here. So I'm gonna go down. My mother has fried up sausages already. So the real dilemma now is, do I eat scrambled eggs or do I eat sunny side up? देखो इन्हें ये है oh. Let's do scrambled. Yeah, as I was saying, my yoga. I usually rush it actually. Last couple of days, I haven't had the time to do it, and I have had to rush it. And I don't know how to explain it, but there's this constant feeling of like, okay, I have to do something. I have something to do. I have something to do. Like I have work. I have work. I have work. But actually, like I don't. I have to figure out a way to like calm that shit down. I think writing my to-do list will help. Oi! The cat's in the house. The cat is in the house. Kitty cat. Kitty cat, bye bye. You look really dumb. No! 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 What? Can you stop? Can you get out of my frame? Too friendly. Thank you. Went away. No. Today is just not a day, guys. I just recorded for God knows how long to only realize that my mic was off. First a cat eating my food, then random Amazon delivery guys, then random instructions from my mother. The card got full also while I was recording that. Okay, anyway, let me just sum up what I was saying. I read somewhere that anxiety occurs when you're not in the present, when you're either thinking about the past or the future. And that makes so much sense. And there's a plane also flying. This is becoming, okay, it's a loud one. I love how this day is becoming an actual representation of what goes on in my brain. I'll tell you what the conflict between future and present and past is in an example. Today I was doing yoga and I handled my dance institute social media, and I had sent something for approval to my dance teacher, and I'm constantly waiting for her message to come in, but I have my WhatsApp notifications off. Okay, I see it late, and I thought that would be a good thing because that constant buzzing is just not a nice thing to have, but it's giving me more anxiety than it is giving me peace because I'm constantly checking WhatsApp like, oh, what if I missed the status of my WhatsApp messages need to change. But I feel like the reason why I'm so distinct about these WhatsApp messages is because I like the idea of having control over a couple of things in my life, right? Like, this is me, and around me are all of these things that are important to me that can be in my control. And I don't know why WhatsApp notifications is one of those things. Outside of this circle are random things that can come into this circle. These are all the things that are outside of my control. If this starts to break away, I feel at a loss. And right now, I feel at a loss. 2020 slowly like etched away at some of these things that are in our control, that are in that circle. Even though we all in 2021 want to shut that door of 2020 and say, that's done, let it go. I think a little bit of it does trickle in. I need some change. I need some change. You're gonna watch a nice time lapse of me setting up my new space. In times like these, it's best to stop listening to your brain. Take it from personal experience. The brain only makes noise. It has to. It is its job description. But the heart, now that guy is pure, honest. Show you how nice and cozy. Here I relearn to trust my instincts, follow the hum in my heart, and not the chatter of my brain. And if none of this works, I will turn to writing. That is how I cope. Writing, dancing, hot baths, and friends. That sounds like an odd sentence. But that is a happy meal. I'm learning to do all of this, and I'm also clearly learning to edit videos differently. Thank you for watching. I hope watching this brightened up your day or something. It's really just my thoughts. And it's not the gospel truth. You know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next Sunday with another video. Bye for now.